Okay, so while we're talking about the Arizona audit project, I thought I'd share an interesting story that I remembered that happened to me 2 years ago. So I was on this project and I was out to dinner with some other consultants. And it's typical. Like if you're on a project, you guys will go out to dinner. In the evening after work and go have some drinks, go have a nice dinner, and talk about stuff. And one of the things that consultants like to talk about is just past projects that we've worked on, and if we have any like mutual friends in common, because it's always fun to trade stories about people that especially people who are like really kind of quirky and crazy, like a lot of consultants are. So they're just it's kind of like a different breed of people. I mean, I don't know, they're just kind of weird. Um, but anyway, we I was talking with this guy, and he had mentioned that he had done some work with the DNC. I guess he just kind of contracts with them off and on. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and because we had another mutual friend in common and this and that. But the weird thing about this guy is, I don't know, he just kind of seemed off, right? And what happened was, it was kind of embarrassing, but I think the guy had too much to drink, right? And after we started hanging out, and it was kind of the end of the night, it was wrapping up. Like I felt something kind of like weird on the back of my arm, and like I turn around and the guy's like kind of like doing this like on the back of my arm, and it was just kind of like it just kind of like invaded my personal space. And I don't have anything. I don't know if the guy was gay or whatever. I didn't even ask. I don't have anything wrong with gay people. Like my best friends are gay people. There's lots of gay consultants and stuff. I mean, it's totally just not even a thing. But what is a thing is just like the invasion of your personal space. It's just kind of rude. So and it's kind of creepy. So I just thought that was kind of creepy. But the weird thing about this guy is he had this ring, right? And it had like this like goat on it, and I was like, who the hell has like a goat ring? And so the nickname that I've come up with this guy when I talk to him, or when I refer to him to other people, is like Goat Ring. I'm like, hey, how's Goat Ring? How's Goat Ring doing? It's not uncommon to have little nicknames for people. Like I had a project manager, and he'd always come into the conference room with like his notepad and like a Perrier, right? So he'd always like sit like this, like Perrier on his desk. So I'd always call him Perrier. I'm like, hey, how's Perrier? Have you seen Perrier? Where's Perrier today? Yeah, but this guy had like this weird goat ring, so I always call him Goat Ring. But yeah, when I was telling some of the people about the creepy arm thing, and that I call him Goat Ring, they thought it was like really they thought it was kind of weird that this guy had like this goat ring, and they were like, I don't know, they just thought it was weird. They like asked me like if I still talk to the guy, and I'm like, yeah, he's out by LinkedIn. I mean, we're friends. Normally, if you make a connection, you're going to add them to your LinkedIn, and you're going to, be talking to people to try to, if you need a contract, or if other people need contracts, they'll reach out to you to see if, you've got any space on your project. But yeah, it was just a funny story. But I guess they flipped out when I told them about the ring. I don't know why, but it was just kind of funny.